Don't know for sure, but both those guys practiced yesterday. We had some contact yesterday. It's looking good, but not right now. I can't say 100% yes, but it's looking really good for those guys.
All three, or
no? Domas and DeMar.
What was Monk able to do today?
We didn't have contact today, so he
Yeah.
did everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he's like definitely out tomorrow.
No, not
No?
definitely out,
Okay.
but most likely.
Okay.
Most likely.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Given how busy the schedule was to start the season, how helpful were these last 3 or so days called for you guys just to get your legs back?
Oh, it was great. Gave the guys that are hurt a couple more days to get their bodies right. Gave us an opportunity to go over some things out on the floor that we hadn't had a chance to go over. So it was fantastic. Couple of days for us. Gave us an off day too.
Is that sort of implementing new things or re-emphasizing?
No, we haven't. This is the knock on wood. Hopefully we won't have to, but we really haven't had to implement anything new probably in the past week. But the tough part about it is we've had some guys out and some new guys playing, and then we haven't really been practicing, and so it just gave us an opportunity to continue to try to sharpen up what we're trying to do on both sides of the ball.
During that time, like Keon and Trey have been able to get a little bit of rhythm. How helpful have you found throughout your career where sometimes guys are out and other guys get in the flow even
No,
that
it's-
carries over when they return?
That's huge, to give guys an opportunity. It's hard to come by, and so minutes are hard to come by, and so when a guy gets an opportunity, especially doing what we know he can do, it gives not only them confidence, but their teammates and everybody else confidence for the long haul.
when you're playing so much and then you get like a little bit of a break, it just seems like it's normal that you guys, obviously need that rest and that kind of recharge time. But is there any drawback to having 3 days off when you guys have been going almost every day?
No. I'll take the 3 days right now, and whatever happens, we'll figure it out. But you want to try to be able to give your guys rest. You want to try to be able to touch up on the things that you already have in on both sides of the ball to see if we can get a little bit better. We factor our season into 5-game segments, and like against Atlanta, it was probably our worst defensive transition game since I've been here, and it wasn't lack of effort. Literally, we just didn't follow our rules. And I think prior to the Atlanta game, we might have been a top 5 defensive transition team, but during that game, in my mind, we had to have been 30th. And then even with our pick and roll coverage, we did not execute the coverage that we were supposed to be in well. And again, a lot of it has to do with us not practicing and not doing any drill work at all, and just kind of telling the guys and expecting them to go out there and do it, which they tried, but sometimes you need that muscle memory, and so to have days like this to get some of that muscle memory back is much needed.
Coach
Brown, back
coach.
to bench. Are you and your coaching staff getting a little bit more comfortable, outside, Keon and Malik? Are you getting a little bit more comfortable about their production now?
Yeah, but again, I got to take a hit on a lot of this stuff too, because I'm searching, and so sometimes when you search, you don't have as much rhythm with your minutes, and maybe you go in now this game and you come out at that time during this game, but then the next game or even the next half, you go in sooner or later, and so to try to get those guys a sense of rhythm and playing with the right group and run the right stuff for them. That's on me, and they got to keep trying to do their job when they're open and let it fly with confidence. And I think we're heading in the right direction where that is. I feel pretty comfortable with the direction of our rotation now. I feel pretty comfortable with the actions that we have in. I feel pretty comfortable with what we're trying to do defensively, and So now let's see what happens.
As a coach too, how does it feel that that help is on the way, the guys close returning?
You always, as a coach, you try not to think about guys being out and it's next man up attitude because, knock on wood again, who knows, like the kid Melton in Golden State, he's out for the year. And so when somebody's injured, you try to focus on who's available because you never know if this can happen at the end of the year when it's playoff time or if it can happen for the whole year, whatever. So, you lock in on who's there, you embrace the opportunity that they get, and hopefully they do the same. And then obviously when they do come back, now it's like, okay, well, we can add this back to our playbook, or we can shorten everybody's rotation because we have more guys that we want to throw into the mix. Because we played Trey the last 3 games. I think Trey averaged 37 minutes a game, 38 minutes. Yeah, look it up. Trey probably never averaged 38 minutes a game in his career, and now he did it 3 straight games or 4 straight games, whatever it was for us. So to be able to get guys back in an area where we and maybe them, I don't know, feel most comfortable is always a bonus.
With
Keegan's-
Domas and DeRozan, obviously backs. With Domas and DeRozan, backs can be a little tricky. I know you listen to your staff, but is it the goal to keep their minutes a little bit lower than what they had been experiencing?
No, for sure. Ideally, 35 minutes a game for those guys will be great. At the high end, 36. And I think we've found a way, or I found a way to get them there. So not just for those guys, but even for Fox and anybody else, the max you want to play a guy is 35 minutes. And so hopefully over time we'll be able to get them down there in terms of their average. But going forward, that's where they should be. No matter what, hopefully a little bit even below that.
And with Keegan, he's playing a lot of minutes too. He's doing a lot defensively. Offensively, he's been struggling. How do you kind of navigate that as a coach to make sure he kind of stays confident, keeps taking those shots, and can get productive out there?
Just keeps show him film where he could take advantage of the defense in this situation or that situation. Continue telling him to shoot the basketball, and he's like any other player, any other young player especially. They go through their highs, they go through their lows, and he experienced that a little bit in year 2. In year 1, didn't see it much because everybody was having a career year in year 1, but he experienced a little bit in year 2, and we continue to add more responsibilities to him. And like I said, when his number's called, hey, just keep working on getting to your spot and deliver. And if your number's not called but you're open, let that thing go or go make a play, and he'll be fine.
What's kind of stood out to you when you watch what he's doing offensively right now?
The one biggest thing that I would say is when he's open, he's got to let it go. There are times when he may shot fake, and he's got, like he had Bogdanovich closing out teams in front of their bench the other night. In the right corner, he had Bogey closing out to him, and Bogey had shrunk all the way in because we had somebody roll, so he shrunk all the way in, tagged, the ball gets swung to Keegan, he's closed out to Keegan, and Keegan shot faked, and he wasn't even nowhere near him, and put it on the floor. And those are the opportunities that, I don't care if he misses 10 in a row, he's got to keep shooting. We all have to keep shooting those, and I even brought it up about Keon at the end of the Minnesota game. So we all have to keep shooting them, especially a guy at Keegan's size and ability to shoot the basketball. And he did that a couple of times during the game, but he also let it fly a couple of times. He hit I think it was at the top of the key in front of our bench. He hit one, and it's kind of the same situation. They close out. If they close out short and their hands are down, shoot that thing. And so he knows it. He's going to let it fly, and if he doesn't, he'll keep hearing about it from me.
Mike, did the off days give you guys as a staff a chance to kind of identify and assess anything that you guys might be doing well or not doing well enough?
Yeah, I mean, we're always doing that, whether it's off day or not. And that's what I said earlier is it gives us a chance to fine tune some things offensively and defensively, shore up the stuff that we feel we needed to be better in. And one of them is our transition defense wasn't good, and we had an opportunity to work on it yesterday. We had an opportunity to work on it today. Now, I don't want to go into panic mode because we've been a top 5 transition defensive team so far. We've been pretty good. These last 5 games, defensively, we haven't been great. I think we're hovering in the 5-game span right around 22nd, in the NBA. I think offensively, these last 5 games we're right around 6th. And so we have to do a better job defensively, and a lot of it was our transition. A lot of it was our fouling, and our transition, our fouling, and then our pick and roll defense hadn't been great. And the way we defend, we're going to give up some threes, and so that's going to be hit or miss. But those other 3 areas, we have control over, and we have to do a better job in those areas.
Some of that possibly, I guess specifically the transition defense, maybe the fouling too, a byproduct of the schedule and maybe the lack of bodies and just being a little bit worn out.
It could be, and like I said, Trey's averaged 37 minutes, 38 minutes a game the last 3 games, and not once has he averaged that over a span of 3-4 games since I've been here, and the games are relatively close together. So maybe I don't know, but we got to go through it like everybody else does. So at the end of the day, we got to play better, and our guys know it. We're going to keep telling them that, and we have to be able to help them better too.